It feels so good to be alive. Couldn't wipe this black off if I tried. Yes. So, I. I don't think I've shared this on my social media before, so I'm about to share it right now. Are you ready? I always talk about my journey to self love being a long journey, and it has been a long journey. There were a number of factors in that, though. And the gay thing was, of course, a part of it, and it took me quite a while to, because I kind of regressed after college. Like while I was in college, I was much more open to the idea of me being who I am and accepting myself. But after college, I regressed, long story short, okay? And, but like I said, it's been a long journey overall, particularly because, as I always explain or often explain, I spent the first part of my childhood in New York and the second part of my childhood in Louisiana, New Orleans. And I was born in New York City, NYC, and we moved to upstate New York, Middletown, New York, when I was 4. And if anybody knows anything about the state of New York, you know, New York City and upstate New York are like night and day. Kind of like people who talk about Pennsylvania, and they're like, Pennsylvania has Philadelphia on the east, Pittsburgh to the west, and everything in between is Pennsylvania. And no shade to Kentucky, actually. My pastor is actually from Kentucky, but that's another story. But all of that to say, I have no hate for Kentucky. I live in Ohio, which borders Kentucky. Hello? Anyway, I, in my life in upstate New York, I did not value the fact that I was black at all. And I remember, and this is what brought me to this, hearing the Beyoncé song. And I love Beyoncé. She's a fellow 80s baby and she's phenomenal. She is exceptional. She is exquisite. New words, right? And when she said, couldn't wipe this black off if I tried, it reminded me of, when I was a little kid at the YMCA, one of the in Middletown, New York, one of the my co-kids at the YMCA, we got into a kid argument about something, and he told me that he would slap the black off me. And I was like, oh, and this is what I said to him. I was like, oh, you racist, blah, blah, blah. Like, and not blah, 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 because I definitely wasn't cussing or anything like that. But I was like, oh, you're a racist. How dare you say something like that, etc. And when I went home that very day, I was like, is it that easy to slap the black off yourself? And I remember I went into a corner. This is okay. I went into a corner in the house, and I didn't think that this would bring out such emotions. That's why I did the video, because I'm like, I feel fine about it. I took notes and I feel fine. But just speaking about it is bringing up emotions. Anyway, I went into a corner by myself and started to attempt to smack the black off myself. And because I just wanted to be normal. Because all the kids were white around me. I was the only black kid. I was the only one who, anyway, I was the only black kid. And I just wanted to be normal. I wanted to just fit in. I wanted to be average, I guess, you know? And being black, it wasn't that. So I tried to smack the black off myself. And eventually, after it not working for a time, I realized, but wait a minute, Aaron, if you are successful at smacking the black off of yourself, how would you explain your family? And because of the fact that I love my family so much, I was like, you know what? Because I'm not going to be able to convince them to smack the black off themselves also. So I'll just stop trying to smack the black off myself. And, I remember I made notes. I made notes. I remember I used to do that shirts on my head as hair thing. And yeah, part of that was probably because I was gay. But I remember I used to run around that house and flick my hair around in my shirt on my head like hair. And some sometimes I would tie the shirt up and put it in a ponytail or put on the top of my head. And it's like, that's ironic because the point of having the shirt on your head is to have long hair to flick around. But I would put it up in a bun to be like, oh, I have this hair on my head right now, but I don't want it all in my face. Anyway, I would do that. And I remember my mom asked me when I was a little kid, she was like, Aaron, I miss my mom. I love my mom very much. Um, she was like, Aaron, do you do that thing with the shirts on your head for hair because you want to be a woman or because you want to be white? And I remember because my mom was very, very black and proud, and she attempted very much to get that because she knew. Mothers know. Mothers always know. And she knew that I didn't. I was like I don't want to be black, you know. But I didn't say that to her. I was like, in my mind, I said, well, I could have flickable hair even as a black woman. Now that's a whole nother story though. So what I told as far as the process people go through. Anyway, so I told my mom, well, it's because I want to be a woman. And I said that because I was like, I don't want to seem like I don't want to be black, So I told my mom it's because I wanted to be a woman. And I said, well, I do the hair thing because I want to be a woman. But truth is, it was a mix, like the Fantasia song, it was a mix of both. But truth is, I I did the hair thing because I wanted to be white. And in my what I saw with all my classmates, boys and girls alike, is everybody had hair that they could flick. And oh, if they get frustrated, oh, stuff like that. And I'm like, my hair just sits on my head. That's no fun. It doesn't move. Anyway, but I'm giving y'all the whole story of Couldn't wipe this black off if I tried. And I did try. hmm But hmm ultimately, for a number of reasons, and maybe I'll go into more of those reasons later on. But we ended up moving from upstate New York to New Orleans, Louisiana, which for me was a reverse culture shock, if you will. And oh, hey, friend, how are you? Darrell Antonio Tremaine from the Library Live. Yes. Hey, friend. Yes. So I'm telling the story of it started with me talking about Beyonce. You know, everything has to start with Beyonce, right? Starting with Beyonce's song Be Alive when she gives the line, couldn't wipe this black off if I tried. And I talked about how I actually tried when I was a kid to smack the black off myself when somebody said that they would do it. They were like, I'll smack the black off you. And I was like, really? That could happen? Anyway, so yes, ultimately we moved from Middletown, New York to New Orleans, Louisiana. And like I said, that was a reverse culture shock because for me, that was my first time being around other Black people in any significant number beyond just being around my family, you know? And it was, New Orleans will always have a special place in my heart because New Orleans is where I learned to love myself as a Black man. It wasn't until years later that I learned to love myself as a homosexual man. And fortunately, I've made it through all of that now. And New Orleans is where I learned to love myself as a Black man because I wasn't the only Black person everywhere. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. So Black can be normal? It is? And I think that's part of what interested my mom in moving to New Orleans because she, again, mothers know, she saw that I was not happy at or saw that I did not love myself as a Black man. I did not. And my mom wanted me to be around Black people in general to learn that, you know what, you can love yourself. Not only can you love yourself, because this is something mom always used to say, she felt moving to New Orleans was substantial because it would also give me a chance to be, and I'm sure we're everywhere, to be around some upwardly mobile Black people because otherwise, the only example I would have had was my family, and then it would have, because, man, man, um, the Black people who I was, a, the very few and far between Black people that I interacted with in Middletown were, I am not going to put them down or put them in any particular box or anything like that. So I'm just going to shut up and move on to the next part. How many minutes? 14. Oh my gosh. Girl. But but yeah. But yeah, and eventually I learned to love myself as a Black and gay man. Black and Gay International Travelers. Bag it, okay? They were just on hashtag Verse TV. Check us out, you know. And but yeah, I had to get through all of that to eventually learn to love myself. So you too can love yourself. It may be a process. It may be. But is it 15 minutes? If it's 15 minutes, I don't care about the timer anymore. Okay, it's after 15 minutes. Whatever. So, yeah, that was my thing. And like I said, listen, and I entitled this video Beyoncé Black and Green because black and green gold. Because technically, if I had called it Beyonce Black and Gold, it might have seemed like I was referencing a fraternity that I love very much. I am not a member of said fraternity, but Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Phi Alpha. Yes, they are black and gold. That is their colors. Okay. Phi Mu Alpha, which I am a member, I am a Symphonian, is red, black, and gold. But anyway, so I was cognizant of that when naming this video. But beyond say it, they was black like this and not like this. I'm sorry, friend. I'm not getting the reference though. See where that was going. I got you. I apologize, friend, but I don't know it. Like, I think I know that, and I think I should, but I'm not picking up the reference. Call me ignorant. Call me, well, ignorant in terms of unaware. Yeah, you know, but yeah, but that's the thing. And say it is black like this, not like this. Oh, I remember. Okay, okay. No, no, I do know what you're saying. Uh, back to the whole Middletown thing. Um, they were they were different. No, no, they weren't different. They were just they were black like this and not like this. Okay. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I'll put that back on the screen. Boom. All right. I'm loving StreamYard, y'all. StreamYard is amazing. Anyway, but yeah. So, but yeah, that's the thing. So for me, I have attempted to wipe the black off. I have tried. I did try. And like I said, my mom saw through that. And that's part of the reason we moved to New Orleans, Louisiana, you know? And I, without, you know, it's so funny because like that's what Verse T is. Verse T is, and what I'm saying is it taught me to love myself in New Orleans as a black man and not attempt to wipe the black off. And it's so interesting because thinking back to it as a kid, I wonder if my mommy, saw me attempting to do that. You know, like that would be amazing. And that would, like, if she saw that, it would probably be like, anyway, anyway. Um, so yes, New Orleans was very helpful and a great choice that mom made to help me to see. And my connection to Verse TV was that it's not about preaching to people, telling them this is what you need to do. You need to do this because I'm telling you to do this because you must. No, it's about showing people, hey, you could do this, and this is how I'm doing it, and this is how others are doing it. So it could work. It's a good idea to love yourself, and that's, I always say that's always my goal, and all things that I do social media is to help people through being honest. 20% off flowers. Aw, for a special someone. And I'll probably, I think, I will. I will talk about this on an upcoming hashtag Verse TV this week, actually. How I'm working on. Ooh, and I bet he didn't send me that message. hmm I'm working on just being. Hmm, I want to hear that song. What if I'm just happy? What if I'm just happy? What if I'm just happy with you? And the song, it says, "What if I'm just happy with you?" But I'm like, I need to learn how to be happy with me. What if I'm just happy? What if I'm just happy? What if I'm just happy with me? You know, and I'm by no means opposed to finding the man of my dreams somewhere out there. I feel that I I should pull back from my desperate search. And I have been on a desperate search since I was 19 years old. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all know about whatever fresh that place is called. Something fresh. But they have licorice. This licorice. I am going to end this video and enjoy this piece of licorice for about a good minute to 2.5 minutes. Talk to y'all later, social media family. Peace. Stay blessed. Tea and love. All right. Oh, yeah. Moms always know. And I'm going to actually end putting that up because, yes, they do. Have a good day.